Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how to store your cars for a long period of time. Now this is going to vary between the climates you're in and what car you've got, but pretty much I haven't really found much info on a diesel car in Queensland. It's very humid here. A lot of Americans storing their cars in winter. So I thought I'd run through what I think you should do for storing your car for about 12 months. And don't hold me to it, but this is roughly what I think. I'm no expert, haven't done it before, but I've been doing a bit of reading. So the first thing you want to think about is your fuel tank. Now, diesel is a pretty good fuel for storing. You hear stories about people starting up cars 20 years later and the diesel's fine. But the main thing with diesel is it draws in oxygen and creates bacteria. So what you don't want is you don't want bacteria and you don't want rust in your fuel tank. So two things you can do. You can either empty your tank fully and kind of do it fully like that, or what I've done is I've filled the tank fully up and put some of this in it, and this kind of stops bacteria growing. And having a full tank means no air can get inside, which means less likely to build up rust and algae and that type of stuff. So that's the first thing. Number two is a car cover. So whether you're going to store it outside or inside, definitely I'd recommend outside putting a weatherproof cover on it just to protect it from all the elements. Inside, it's 50-50 if you want to or not, more so for dust and for other stuff just laying on your paint and building up over time. But I'm just going to put a fairly kind of cheap ute cover on it, which should fit hopefully. The other thing with that is you want to block up all the pretty much entries and exits of your engine, because over 12 months you can have rodents or you can have stuff make its way inside, make homes, and when you go to start your car it could end badly. So pretty much what I'm going to do is put a couple of rags over the exhaust, a couple of rags over the snorkel, and kind of just make sure it's all looking fine on the engine bay and that as well. The next thing to do as well while you're in the engine bay is to make sure your battery's on charge. So get a triple charger. I've just got a normal one from Supercheap, and whack that on your battery. That way it will stay charged while you're not using it and won't be flat when you get back and probably have to replace it. From there, this is optional as well, depending how long you're storing it. But like I said, it's going to be about 12 months. So a lot of people are saying if you're storing it on a cement floor, obviously over time your tires are going to deflate and become flat, which means when you pump them up again and go driving, they're going to be a bit of a flat spot on them. Now that can ruin your tires altogether, or it could kind of eventually wear out. Now, I don't really want to risk it, so what I'm going to do is put axle stands under it. Now, one thing you have to be careful with doing this is that your suspension doesn't droop, because if you put these under and your wheels are drooping and your suspension's drooping, it's really going to just stuff your whole suspension, all your bushes and all your kind of damping in your shocks. So I'm going to put these at the very end of the diffs at front and back and make sure the suspension kind of sits as it would normally, and that will save my tires from kind of getting flat spots. And apart from that, it's really just giving it a good clean before you store it, checking over everything and making sure all those vital parts are stored correctly. Alright, so another thing to keep in mind if you're in kind of humid climates like we are in Queensland is moisture in your car. You can get these from Bunnings, I think $5 for two, and they last 2 months. So I don't know if there's a better way to do it that they last longer, but I'll just kind of change them over every couple of months maybe, or maybe just in summer. But chuck these in the car and they'll absorb all the moisture in the car rather than all your seats and interior getting mouldy potentially. So just something that's kind of cheap insurance. Alright, thanks for watching the video on storing the Patrol. I'm going to miss driving it for a while, but let me know if you've got any tips in the comments about storing cars and any questions you've got, and